Well, thank God Q1 is over for Ethereum holders, and we're going to talk about Q2, particularly April and May, because these are two of the strongest months in crypto. Yes, Q1 is historically, believe it or not, the strongest quarter, and we're here to talk about April and May. Now, April has delivered an average of 20% returns, and May 30% returns. So, could Ethereum break above 3,000 by the end of May? In my opinion, yes, and I'm going to be sharing with you my analysis, my targets, and some very interesting charts supporting that. But it's also promising to see that for the first time, actually, in about 2 months, we are seeing the first green in the Ethereum ETF inflows, albeit small, but the hemorrhaging has stopped, and we could start looking at more bullish action ahead. This chart actually shows that the Ethereum short squeeze is incoming. When you have a total accumulation of net shorts, extreme short positioning, especially when you combine that with the Ethereum supply and exchanges hitting a 9-year low, well, it often means you're going to get a short squeeze because there just simply isn't enough ETH to go around. The other interesting thing is, from the chart that I posted in terms of targets, we seem to created this double bottom at $1,881. And the reason why that's so important, it's a monthly level, but more about that in a moment. So if you're here to find out why I believe Ethereum is going to likely hit all-time highs by the end of May, smash the like button, have the bell turned on, and let me show you a few things. Of course, I'll be updating you on my trades as well. I have an Ethereum long trade open on 𝗰𝘀𝑥. I also have trades open on phemex, which I've been using for a few days now. And I recommend to check it out. It's a really good exchange. And if you use the link in the description, guys, not only is it no KYC using my link, if you sign up from anywhere in the world, you can trade on phemex. It's 20% cash back on your deposit, up to $400. So check out phemex, link down below, and let's talk about the analysis here, because on this monthly chart for Ethereum, whenever we've seen this kind of real bear market situation of 2018, 2022, you see a series of these red monthly candles. And we've even seen a little bit of a mini bear market over the last few months, kind of similar to what we saw in the summer last year. But now it seems like, I'll show you that chart in a minute. I want to show you this chart first. It seems like we have found support at this $1,885 level. It's a monthly level, and it's been a really, really strong support and resistance. In fact, we're at the same level we were in 2021, but then it was resistance. It's been resistance in 2023. It's now support, so it's quite different. I know people like to hate and go, oh, Ethereum hasn't moved in 4 years. Kind of true, but also not. It's all about the levels and where we are in the psychology of a market. So the Ethereum real bullish divergence on the monthly chart. So on the daily chart, for the first time since August of last year, we now have this bullish divergence, as you can see. When you have price action going down on the daily and the indicator of the RSI going up like we have now, it usually leads about 85% of the time to a big breakout. And that's what happened throughout Q3 and Q4 of last year. Will it happen in Q2 and Q3 of this year? Let me know in the comments. I believe it will, and it's the reason why, I remain long Ethereum. By the way, not only on phemex can you go long Ethereum, of course you can go long Ethereum, you can buy it spot or futures. If you open a futures position with coin margin, you don't need to sell your ETH. You can open a position in ETH and your profits will be in ETH. So it's a double-edged sword for double profits, essentially. As the Ethereum price goes up, your profits not only go up in dollars, but in Ethereum. So it's a very good way of longing ETH in a bull market. The next chart, of course, I wanted to show you was this chart. And the reason this is interesting, it shows the RSI, and this is on the monthly. So every time the monthly RSI has actually hit this line, we've rallied in 2019, in 2022, and now in 2025. You tell me in the comments what is next, guys. Also, Ethereum is back in the zone that built millionaires, Merlin says, 2000. It's true. Whenever we've come into this green zone and touched this line, we have rallied. The only exception was when we went into the COVID Black Swan event, but of course that hasn't happened. Above that, we're only, I mean, people like Benjamin Cowan are saying we're only now home. Even $1,500-$1,600 is possible on the higher time frame. But you can see on the monthly time frame and the monthly levels we've tagged. If I go into the weekly here, you can also see that we're now above a weekly level of support. The weekly level of support is about $1,885. And if we go into the daily chart, which I think is important, you know, if you're watching this video, let's say this week, you can see that we are at a support level. And also very importantly, we're creating this W pattern, a double bottom, and also a higher low. Okay, so this low was down at 1755. This low was down at 1770. You can see it here on this daily chart. So things are looking pretty damn good. So let's talk Ethereum targets going over the next few months realistically. This is what I posted on X earlier. If you're not following me, by the way, Marzel Crypto. And you can also follow me for my insights and real-time trade signals in our private Telegram group. There's over 1,000 of us. We can discuss here, post all my real-time insights there. I'll post the link down below for that. But what I'm currently looking at in terms of targets is the following, okay? So we're right now here. We're forming this double bottom pattern. It might be a bit small, but the resistance there is up at $2,200. My TP1 is actually 2,165. TP2 is 2,700 up to TP3, 3,900, which takes us to the top of that range. And that's where I believe we'll be at the bare minimum by the end of May. Let me know if you agree. If you want to trade Ethereum, the best UI for me is phemex, and you can do so much on here, including trading bots. I made a video on how to use trading bots on phemex just the other day. You can check it out here. And see you on another video very soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.